Good afternoon. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 21-22 TIO NTFL CFS Gear Umpires Round from the mighty TIO Stadium in Darwin. And with me I have Will Zah, and very honoured to have Emma Stark, one of our excellent umpires we have in the territory. And we'll talk a little bit more about Emma soon, and she will certainly provide us some comments today from an umpire's perspective. And of course this is the CFS Umpires Round, and it's an opportunity for players and spectators to recognise the hard work and dedication shown by our magnificent umpiring group. We call them the 14th club in the competition. This round is about recognising the efforts of all our umpires involved in the game, from the under-10s through to the Men's Premier League, and really everything in between. Includes the efforts of all club volunteers who put their hands up to blow the whistle or wave the flags each weekend. We certainly wouldn't be able to put the game on without them, would we, Will?
No, absolutely not. They're an important part of our game, and you can't really have footy without umpires, can you?
No. So here we have the clash between the Nightcliff Football Club and the Wanderers Football Club, and I think we're in for a great game today, Will. Over to you.
And Wanderers get the first clearance of the game, work it forward quite easily, but the ball spills out the back, and it looks like the Nightcliff defenders will mop it up here. Get one hand away, kick it out of the dangerous zone, but still in the defensive 50. And they will work it up the ground. There's a few loose players on that back flank, but now they've got open space ahead of them and not a lot to kick forward to. And she kicks it into space on the back flank there, on the far side here at TIO Stadium. Have another grubber along the ground from Nightcliff. Their turn to work it forward now. Hands over the top. And the runners, here they come. Another kick forward, and we have a mark on that far side. Can't quite tell who it is at this stage, but it's not a good kick forward, although it might pay off for them. Spills out the back. Takes possession, the Nightcliff forward does.
It's Michaela Ward there.
And I think that's Ward with it again. She's tackled. Will we have a ball up? No, it's a free kick to the Wanderers defender. Still getting the hang of the names here, Colleen, but I will get there.
Look, we're doing a good job. I always know, I can always tell Michaela's walk, so that's an easy one for me.
And it's a bit of a nil ball at the moment. No one can quite take possession. It's just on the wing, hacked forward by Nightcliff. Wanderers now their turn to hack it forward. And who will take possession first? Could have a ball up here. No, it's come free again. And it's one of the Hunter girls. Hands it out. Nightcliff kick it forward into space. Didn't get a kind bounce there. Oh, gee, it's a big bump, but fair within the rules. And Hunter again throws onto the boot. Good smother there from Dads. And a good strong tackle again from Dads there. But the play will continue. No, we have a high tackle.
Yeah, it's a typical start, isn't it? It's quite a spread out game at this stage, and there's a lot of loose players. They'll settle into it within a couple of minutes, Will, and then we'll see a bit more contest.
Absolutely, I know exactly what you're talking about. Whenever I play a game of footy, it always takes me half a quarter to get used to it. The nerves are always there, and these girls certainly look like they've got a few nerves building so far.
Yeah, just for Nightcliff, Wanderers have been inside 50, but Helen Turnbull, that's her mother. Hannah Turnbull's been really strong down there in full back, has played that position for a number of years, and always very reliable.
And Hatzismalis there has spotted a play inside forward. Sorry, no, I've got the wrong player there. That was Jamila Totham.
So Jamila, another one of our NT Thunder players, and had a really good carnival in the NAB, in the under-19s NAB games this year. So really watch her today. She's a really good young player.
Kick out from full back and doesn't get a mark. Georgia Johnson tries to take possession, but it's Totham again, and Nightcliff throw it on the boot, rolls forward. Wanderers there for another attack inside forward. Still a bit too far out from goal. That was fetched. Kicks it forward. Oh! First goal of the game there to Caitlin Armstrong from Wanderers. And they're off the board. Wonder if that'll be their nerves settled or if it'll still be a bit of a scrappy start. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can expect there to be a bit more one-on-one contest as they settle into the game. You know, that was nicely done. She positioned her body really well, and really Hannah Turnbull had nowhere to go. She was really stuck behind that player then. So, you know, that's a lovely goal there by Wanderers. And, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fairly even contest. Before the game, I would have expected probably Nightcliff just to have the edge here. I think that they've been had a really heavy pre-season, and I've seen them training out at Nightcliff, and well drilled by Shannon Miller. So, yeah, we've got a contest on our hands, I think.
They've got the Wobbly Legs Club there as well, which Eliza Morrison runs, and, you know, you just need to look at Strava to see they're all putting in the hard yards, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Eliza being a co-captain here, not playing today. She took a knock last week and just being cautious and sitting out today.
And Emma, we're talking about, you know, having nerves early in games. As an umpire, do you find that you get nerves early on in games? Does it take you a little bit to settle in, or are you ready to go?
Yeah, so it depends on the game usually, but if we've got a debut, we'll have those nerves there before the game, but as soon as we walk out, put the ball up, throw it up, we're right, we're settled.
It's good to hear, and it does seem a little bit like the teams here are starting to settle, but we'll have to see. I think it's Rebush there coming out of the back line for Wanderers. And turns it over to Dads for Nightcliff. And she kicks it toward, couldn't take the mark, but picks it up. Ball comes out. And Wanderers managed to clear it out of the back line. Ball rolling towards the wing. No one can quite take possession yet. Oh, here come Nightcliff.
It's a nice hand out there by Olivia Hatzis-Marlis. Beautiful bit of work to get the ball out of that congestion.
And Nightcliff this time there turned a sweep up. Been quite a few forward entries so far, but only the two scores both to Wanderers. Ward there. Ball goes forward for Nightcliff. I think they'll be outnumbered here. And Bilius mops up out the back. Only gets as far as the Nightcliff player, but the ball goes past her. She's got time and space though. Picks it up, kicks it forward. Didn't quite make the distance. Again, the ball rolls through.
Yeah, it's interesting. It appears that the Nightcliff forwards are having to really move up the ground to go and get the ball. And you see in two occasions the Nightcliff had no one to deliver to in their forward 50. So it's something that I know Miller will probably want to sort out.
Wanderers here. Oh, she might have run herself into a bit of trouble. I think she just got a bit ahead of herself there, got a bit of a run on and kept going. And we'll have Andy Mollier. She kicks it toward, and that's a nice, good, strong mark. And Ward played full forward in the NT rep clash on Australia Day earlier this year, or the Australia Day weekend earlier this year, and played a really good game that day. I think she might have kicked 4 goals.
Yeah, Wardy, you know, you always know in the 50 she'll take a grab. She's very good in a contested situation. Came here from the Western Bulldogs, had captained their VFL side, and as we know, she's got a brother in Callan Ward who's a GWS champion. So, you know, it's in their blood, the Ward family, and a very handy forward player to have in your team.
And she's just kicked the first goal for the Tigers for the game. And it's 7-6, 1 point in favour of the Wanderers.
It's good to see Lauren Motlop back out there for Wanderers. Has played many years of football, has had left to have children, and she's back out there. So, She'll no doubt be a leader and a coach out there. She's got a lot of experience.
And another player out there, just talking about football royalty with Michaela Ward's ties. Obviously, she's Stephen Shannon's and Daniel's sister. So comes from another strong football pedigree family.
Yeah, that's right, and really has a good knowledge of the game. So I'm sure she's an asset coming back into the Wanderers Football Club.
Nightcliff now work the ball forward. Ward, she took a one-handed mark, plays on, runs in and kicks her second goal in about 2 minutes.
Well, that's what you want from your main forward. You want to just trust that they can take the ball out of the air and be able to just finish off exactly as Wardy did then, and that makes for a happy coach, that's for sure.
It was impressive, Mark, there. You don't sort of fluke those. That just comes from having pure talent.
Emma, can we just talk to you quickly? In terms of, I know that you've umpired at Div 1 and level both here and in Queensland. Does the higher the grade, the more the nerves, or how does that equate for you as an umpire?
Yeah, so in your experience, the nerves, you get used to controlling your nerves a bit because you have that knowledge of what to do. Sometimes people have a sort of a system they like to go through before they run their game, but basically, in a way, yeah, so you can debut and you'll get those nerves, but as mentioned previously, you get rid of them as you start the game.
So while Emma was talking, we saw Nightcliff again. Good clearance there, Will, straight down into the 50.
Another great clearance. Nearly had a chance to convert, but just taxed on the foot and it's rolled out of bounds. So not the worst result in the world. They'll have another opportunity here at the ball up. But see if they can actually convert here. And they take possession, throw it on the boot, and it's a behind. I didn't quite see who that was for Nightcliff.
You see Nightcliff setting up here, trying to lock that ball in their 50. They're all there's a lot of communication out there,
yeah,
and it's paid off.
I think that's what the women's game, it's come so far, and now that they actually understand the game well enough, they can do those sorts of things. It makes it a much better spectacle to watch as well, and much more popular for kids coming up to want to aspire to play in. We'll have a ball up here just outside 50 on the far side. It's in the Nightcliff forward line. So
you see Monet Hunter just take the field. There's twin sisters out there, Monet and Matisse Hunter, 19 and 20. They're not identical twins, which makes it easier down at Thunder Academy because they both are in the academy and both very, very good up-and-coming players.
Hopefully it makes it a bit easier to call as well, but we'll see how we go. And they're obviously crossed over from your beloved Waratah this year, Gwynny.
Yeah, there's...
Nightcliff now have an opportunity forward, and they will get a free kick. Again, is it toward?
No, that's Olivia Hatzismalis, I think.
Oh, yep, it is. And do you think she's in range here? She's probably about 35 out, not quite directly in front. Or she's butchered that one. I think she was trying to centre it.
Look, I think that was a pass off to Wardy. We'll give her that benefit of the doubt, eh?
Nearly paid off for her. But just a behind.
So you would think that Dave Totham might be thinking that he might have to pay some closer attention to Michaela Ward. She's certainly doing some damage down there.
Oh, absolutely. She's definitely the go-to player. As we said there, give her the benefit of the doubt, but I think she probably was trying to look for Ward. So far, she's already kicked 2 goals. Had a couple of great marks in the forward 50. So, you'd want to see what you can do to stop her influence on the game. She goes again, hands it over the top. Couldn't quite get it. Ball is still alive, top of the goal square for Nightcliff. There's a player down back there for Wanderers. Play hasn't stopped yet. And Wanderers managed to clear it. out of the danger zone, but only as far as one of the Hunter girls. She has a shot on goal. There's someone standing in the line. Wanderers again to mop up. A bit of pressure forward for Nightcliff. Hunter again throws it on the boot. Gee, that's a good kick and a good strong mark up forward.
Yeah, you see a little bit frustrating for Wanderers. They are doing the hard work in the 50 to regain possession, but they're just not getting any options out of there. There's not a lot of movement from the Wanderers players.
And it's Danielle Wiseman here, lining up for what will be her first if she kicks it, and Nightcliff's third.
I reckon I'll back her here. Will?
Yeah, I think she's in a good position. You don't want to waste these opportunities, that's for sure.
Right through the middle.
And that takes Nightcliff's lead out to 2 goals. Wanderers 1 goal, 1-7. Nightcliff 3 goals, 1-19. 15 minutes of the way through this quarter. So in the women's game, the time usually goes to about 16 and a half minutes. Probably correct in saying that, Quinny?
Yeah, that's about right. So we're 2/3 through this, are we? No, sorry, we're nearly in. We're about the 15-minute mark.
So I wonder if either team can get on their bike and get one last one before the siren. The umpires hold the whistle here. Not sure what's happening there. Emma, can you give us any insight into what that whistle might be for?
Yeah, so that one's just the 5-6-5 rule, so just a Wanderers late player into the forward 50.
And play has now resumed. Another scrimmage, but Wanderers throw it on the boot. It rolls out now to this near wing. 2 Nightcliff players will get to it first, but they can't quite work it out between them. The umpire calls mine.
It's just the volume and numbers that Nightcliff are getting to the ball. It indicates that they'll generally win the ball out of the contest.
Yeah, you've definitely seen a lot more yellow and black immediately around the ball so far than you have blue and gold. We'll see if that trend continues, or if Tots has a word to his girls at quarter time. And again, Nightcliff, they've got a 3-on-1 here, but they couldn't quite make the ball, and it'll roll out for a throw-in. About 45 out from the Wanderers' goal. Balls it up. No one takes possession, but Nightcliff, and it's one of the Hunter girls, throws it on her boot, sweeps out.
Kicks to her sister.
I've still got a bit of a twin telekinesis power, do you think, Winnie?
I reckon.
We'll now have a throw-in on the opposite forward flank for the Wanderers. In fact, it'll be a free kick. And Emma, what's happened in that situation there? Was it a deliberate kick?
Yeah, so in Women's Premier League, it's last disposals along that centre. So basically, Wanderers have that free kick because Nightcliff kicked it out.
And Nightcliff get the ball away. Could be out the back. Oh, gee, strong tackle. Still edging it forward, but Wanderers aren't going to let it come easy, although they could be away now. Hands it over the top. It's to Dads, but the siren will beat them.
Okay, so that's the end of first quarter. We've got Wanderers 1-17 to the Nightcliff Football Club 3-20. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 21-22 NTFL CFS skier umpires round from TIO Stadium. We'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Okay, welcome back to the second quarter of the Wanderers v Nightcliff Women's Premier League game. This is round 3 and it's umpires round, and we have Emma Stark here just going to fill us in on the umpires we have here today.
So the two field umpires we have are Siobhan and Anthony. So Siobhan actually began her NTFL umpiring last season and she's umpired 24 games. She's also worked in defence and can basically run all day. She's so fit. Anthony's also involved in the NT Thunder Talent Academy. He plays for the under-16 boys Div 1 and he's debuted in his Women's Premier League in round 1 and nearly up to his 50th game.
Wow, that's great. Thanks, Emma. And we've got Wanderers just in the huddle a little bit longer than Nightcliff. I imagine that Dave Totham's trying to turn his side around and get a bit more run out of him. Nightcliff certainly are getting numbers to the ball. They've got some nice run and they're setting up beautifully in defence as well. So let's see what happens second quarter, Will.
Yes, the teams are ready to go. Umpire raises the ball and we're away. Let's see if Wanderers can make a stake in this game. Gee, they've started well. First hit out. Should get the first centre clearance here through fetched. But only goes as far as the Nightcliff defender who kicks it out to the wing. And it's a foot race. Who will get to it first? It's the Wanderers through Chow. And that's a good strong tackle from Nightcliff. And now it's the Tigers' turn to have a go forward. What will they do? It's a good kick. Bit too much on it though, and it'll be worked to the line. No, it's kept alive.
Oh, it's beautiful work.
And she's earned a free kick out of it. She was held there. Good call from the umpire.
That's what you want from every player. Head over the ball, keep the ball moving forward, and that's what we saw from Fetch. Rihanna Bush, captain the NT side, Australia Day, one of the most experienced and probably one of the most talented players in the competition.
She tried to keep it alive there, but just couldn't. But Nightcliff will still come off with it. They've worked it forward. Only as far as a bit of a scrum. Ward now trying to work her way through. Gets it out. They've got a loose player forward. Kick it to her. She hasn't played on. She's finally worked it out. That is Wiseman again. No, it's Politis. She kicks a goal.
I think that was Wiseman, wasn't it?
Thought it might have been Wiseman. So she's got her second too. So she joins, obviously, the star forward, Michaela Waters, already hit 2, and they've both hit 2 goals. For Wanderers, it's Caitlin Armstrong with their only goal, the first of the game. So Wanderers will need to work here to try and break the Nightcliff momentum and get some score of their own on the board.
So that was just loose checking there. Lack of communication by Wanderers to leave a forward in the square alone. Not very smart footy, so no doubt the runner will be out to talk to some of the forwards about that.
Play resets. Nightcliff come off with it. Now Wanderers sweeping out of the back line onto the wing. It's Chow. She has got a bit of space and a bit of support. Only dribbles it forward. She'll get another opportunity. Throws it on the boot. This time inside forward 50. Nightcliff get to the ball first. And they will work it out. No, they won't. Maybe the line will claim it. No, Nightcliff hack the ball forward. Chow again. Gee, I've called her name a couple of times in the last few minutes.
She's a Canberra player. Played a couple of games for Wanderers last year, but really good, solid player. So you'll see her getting plenty of it today.
And can't get clean possession here, the Wanderers. Another hack. Rolls towards the boundary line. Hasn't got the distance. Play's still alive. I think we'll have a ball up there.
You see, Wanderers creating a contest now, and that's what they'd be looking for, to give themselves a 50% chance of winning it.
Ball spills out the back. Nightcliff, Wanderers there, clear it. No, it was Nightcliff. I'm confusing myself here.
I'm not sure what that was, Emma. Did you catch that one?
No, I didn't, but it's just been brought back after play, so Wanderers now have that kick, number 20.
Nikita Carney's got the kick. Delivers it into the 50.
Wanderers, here comes Chow. Throws it onto the boot again. It's rolled out of bounds, but as I said before, I don't mind that. It's still an opportunity. It's not wasted yet. I'd much rather have a ball up in the forward 50 than the opposition kicking out from full back. Ball comes in. Nightcliff clear it. Good strong kick. And another kick forward. Gee, Ward almost on her own there. She's got yards of space in front of her. Just needs a strong lead, which she'll get from Wiseman on her own. But made a contest out of it. The Wanderers defender did in Fomacong, one of the Kansas City Lions girls playing for Wanderers today. It wasn't a great kick. Nightcliff go towards goal, but it dribbles across the face and it's a behind. And looks like Lala Jeffrey will be kicking out from full back. Another famous Territory footballing family name. She plays on directly. Throws it on the boot.
Yeah,
Gee, that was a great kick there.
Well done. Yeah, it's a nice kick.
Wanderers can't maintain clean possession, unfortunately. There's a lot of yellow and black, as we said. Pressure around the ball at every contest. There's another one. The kick almost went straight to the Nightcliff player, but Wanderers still have another opportunity. Running out of half-back. Now in the centre square. Kick out to the wing. Good kick there from Malboy. And DeStage has it on the wing. She kicks it forward now, but it wasn't a Great execution, straight down the throat of the Nightcliff player who, again, they just seem to be working their way to the best position in every contest. And it's paying dividends for them so far. They lead by 20 points as we edge to 6.5 minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, Wanderers are just getting caught behind, leading for the ball, but then allowing their Nightcliff defender to cut in front.
Nightcliff with another opportunity up forward. Grubber along the ground. But Wanderers, again, they're not letting it come easy. They're putting up a good fight. But Nightcliff have taken that mark, and again, they just seem to work their way to best position and dominating the intercept marks here. Good kick inside forward 50. Nightcliff forward rows it. Can't get an accurate kick, and Jeffrey's there. What will she do? Still both players trying to claim the ball. And umpire calls holding free kick in the way of the Wanderers.
Yeah, no, that's a good call because she didn't make any attempt to get rid of it. She just held onto it. It's definitely holding the ball.
Find a loose man, and maybe now the Wanderers can get some momentum.
It's purely a work rate issue at the moment. Just Wanderers just not doing enough work.
Jeffrey there. She put in a fair bit of effort just in that quick little sidestep. She's doing what she can to will the ball out of that back line and get it out of the danger zone. And Nightcliff have got a free. Found the loose player. It's Amy Pittman. She's about 30 metres out when she'll be kicking it and directly in front. So, you think she's got this one in her, Gwynnie?
Look, I don't know much about this player, but yeah, she's made that's a good kick.
It's a great kick. Had confidence behind it, and sometimes that's all you need. Just believe in your own abilities and your process, and let the rest do the work.
That's really good work by Nightcliff. They just keep getting the numbers to the ball, working hard in defence, getting front position, and giving themselves many options whenever they have the ball. It's very difficult for Wanderers to defend that. Wanderers just don't have the work rate, and when they do get possession, they're just not working hard enough for each other to provide options.
Umpire resets play in the middle. Good hit out from the Nightcliff ruckman, but Wanderers could be on here. They get the run on.
Jamila Totham.
Kick inside forward 50 from Totham. But Nightcliff are there to sweep it up, and again numbers around the ball, and gee, they've almost got the run on here, but they got an unkind bounce. Mauboy now kicks it forward. Players working to take possession. And Nightcliff seem to have won this battle. But Wanderers will have another attempt as they kick it forward. It's Chow again. Gets it to Hardwick. The umpire's blown his whistle. And Emma, do you know what that decision there was for?
Yeah, so he's bringing it back now. Wanderers are just going to set up to have a kick in 50 now.
Was that could he just said play on?
So in that circumstance, no, because the ball was stopped on the ground and he called it back, so they couldn't take advantage then.
That forward attempt didn't work for Wanderers as Nightcliff now have the opportunity to respond. Hunter gets her hands over the top. Ward a long way from goal. Kicks it forward. It's Jeffrey on Wiseman there. Jeffrey's tackled at the ground. Ward now comes in for a second shot. Gets it back to Hunter. She kicks it forward now. Wanderers defender in Bilius. Good spoil and good attack on the footy there. She's trying to will her team into action as well. But it's a free kick to Nightcliff and play on. Wiseman, there's numbers here. Numbers are on here. And I dare say they've got a goal. Unfortunately for Billy, she had the effort there, but just gave away a free kick. And as we've seen all day, Nightcliff just had the effort and the numbers as a team and willed it forward, and that's where the goals come from. Yeah, not a great lot of pressure there for Nightcliff. They certainly are moving with ease into their forward 50. Danny Wiseman had the goals in front of her, but unfortunately probably was excited by the prospect of 3 goals and just jagged that kick a bit, but it didn't matter. They had the numbers there and they put the score on the board, so well done to Nightcliff. Umpire resets in the middle again. And Totham again bursting out of the middle. Does a quick little 1-2 before kicking it inside the forward 50. But Nightcliff steadfast as ever, and they've got numbers again here. Although boundary line might beat them, no. Kept it alive. Good kick down the wing. And Bush, no, it's Pittman again. She's just kicked a goal a couple of minutes ago. Now playing a lot higher up the ground. Ooh. The umpire has blown holding the ball against Deverne in favour of Ward. She kicks it to the top of the 50. Bilius again with some good pressure. And the umpire calls my ball. We'll have a ball up. About 55 out. Wanderers have certainly got some good contributors, and you've called Bilius's name a few times. She's doing some hard work. She's really putting in 100% in the back line. Here we go now. Just talking about her, and she runs it out of the defensive end. And that was a good kick forward. It didn't necessarily hit a target, but it got to an even contest. Unfortunately, Nightcliff get the points there for her. But yeah, she definitely can hold her head high. Ooh, good attack on the footy from Mauboy there. But Nightcliff now running into the forward 50. She's got options. Yep. It's a 4-on-1. Lala Jeffrey's got work in front of her, but she's not letting it go down easy. Gee, she's putting in a lot. Unfortunately for her, got out to Wiseman, who goes through and kicks her third. Yeah, 4-on-1 in the 50, and you'll see a lot of Wanderers players here with hands on their knees. They certainly look out of condition, and I think it's going to be a long half of football unless they can find a way to get themselves back in this game. But Nightcliff just numbers at the ball. They've got 3 or 4 options every time they've got the ball, and just sharing it around there in the forward 50. Possibly a bit shell-shocked out there. I think, like many, they may have thought it'd be a lot closer than the, maths isn't my strong suit, the 38-point margin that we've got in front of us now. I think a lot of people thought it'd be a tighter game than this. Let's see if Wanderers can get the clearance. Unfortunately not, as Georgia Johnson hands it back. The Nightcliff ruckman is, I think she's copped a fist to the face in that contest. She's coming to the bench now, looking a bit ginger. Back in play, Nightcliff kick the ball forward. They're hungry, they want another goal before the half-time siren goes. But it's not going to come easy. Another forward entry. Oh, player out the back. Another 2, it's a 3-on-1. And they will get one. As easy as you like. Not a great lot of pressure there. And Nightcliff sharing the ball around nicely. Nice hands off from Danny Wiseman over to Wardy. And what's that, 3 for her now, I think, Will. So 3 for her and 3 for Danny Wiseman. That's right, 3 each. very good game, good start to this game for both those players. And it just looks like a bit of communication as well down there. Obviously, 3 players flew, the Nightcliff players stayed down, and she got the ball, and from there it was almost signed, sealed and collected for Nightcliff. Play restarts in the middle. Nightcliff again edging it forward. But Wanderers, they want a piece of the action too. Can they get a goal before the halftime siren? Not if the Nightcliff defenders have anything to say about it. But now, running through is Letitia Lloyd. She kicks it forward. To no avail though. Ball now running out on the back flank towards the boundary line. Nightcliff player there first, but doesn't take possession. There goes Bush, gets it to Chow. Bush again attacks the ball. In fact, it's Halkita, sorry. Gets it on her boot. Gee, I think she might have shit it there. Nikki Heffer takes the mark on centre wing, kicks it forward, went through the hands of Ward.
Oh. Davin.
And here's Jeffrey. Umpire calls holding the man.
Yeah, just had a bit of the jumper then and maybe a bit of frustration. Hannah Turnbull coming right down the ground, and she's put a beautiful kick into the 50.
Oh, good grab. Good kick from Ward. She's found the spare player. She plays on, kicks towards goal and straight through the middle. They've added another one on.
Yeah, well, when you've got spare players to choose from in your forward 50, you know you're having a good day. And now I think what Wanderers need to do is just go back to basics, reset at half-time, and then just go one-on-one with their players and try and win their position, and then as a group try and get the ball forward and then just keep pushing forward in numbers, because whatever they're doing now is not working.
No, half-time certainly can't come quick enough for them. It's a 50-point margin at this point in time, and as we said before, I don't think Nightcliff expected to see a margin like this, this early in the game. In the middle now. Wanderers willing it forward. Totham again in the middle. She's another one who can hold her head high.
Okay, that's half-time with Wanderers 117, trailing Nightcliff 9-3-57. And you're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL CFS Gear Umpires Round from TIO Stadium.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
This weekend is our CFS Gear Umpires Round.
To say thanks to our existing umpires.
And to find our next umpiring superstars.
Show us your best holding the ball.
Your best push in the back.
And even your best holding the player.
If you think you are the next best NTFL umpire,
come to our open training each Tuesday and Thursday night.
From 5:30 p.m. at TIO Stadium.
For more information and to sign up, visit umpire.afl.
Absolutely zero.
Zero. Yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
Domestic violence is everybody's business.
And it's not just the physical abuse, it's the things we don't see.
It is hurting our families. It is killing our families.
A lot of people have been silent to this fact, and I think it's about time we all speak up together and say no more to this form of abuse.
No more.
No more. No more family violence.
No more to the family violence.
No more. No more.
No more!
Listen up, kids.
Make school your story.
Help you succeed and rise to glory.
Take the go to school.
So go the distance. Attend every day. Learn and listen. School holiday rockin' with love a break.
Time with friends and family is always right.
When it's time for school, don't get slack.
It's safe to go to school, can't wait to get back. So don't cut corners.
Do the full term. It's safe to go to school and it's time to learn. So don't cut corners. Do the full term. Make school your story and it's time to learn.
School returns February 2021. Written and authorised by the Northern Territory Government.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
On Territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble. All sorts of animals can be on the road, so watch out. And if the weather is bad, slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
The time to kickstart your business is now. Get your message across with the experienced local TV production team at Kick Digital. Cost effective, rapid turnaround, exceptional service. Kick Digital. Television production energised.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal for all school-related activities. 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact CFS Gear for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Vaccinate. To protect our players.
To protect our coaches.
To protect our umpires.
To protect our supporters.
To protect our game.
Head to the Danila Dilba website for more information.
Getting my hands on the footy and just being with my mates.
I like being outdoors. It just makes me happy. I don't like it when I get yelled at.
It's pretty embarrassing when someone's shouting at you halfway through the game.
It makes me feel like I'm useless and I can't do anything.
We're just kids.
We're just here to have fun.
Let us do what we love.
Just let kids be kids.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Okay, welcome back to TIO Stadium. Third quarter between the Nightcliff Football Club and Wanderers in the Women's Premier League Round 3. We do have very much a lopsided score here, 57-7. Let's see if maybe Wanderers have thrown the magnets around and maybe tried something else here, Will and Emma, to see if they can get themselves back in this game. Because really Nightcliff's work rate is right up. They get numbers to the ball. Their running patterns are excellent. They set up real in their back line. It's a big ask, that's for sure.
You mentioned moving the magnets around, and already I'm seeing Maria Billies, who was one name we caught out a fair bit last quarter's playing up forward. She had a lot of effort. Let's see what she can do. Wanderers will have the first say as they launch into their forward 50. It's not quite a launch, it's more of a grabber along the ground. But couldn't quite get there. Nightcliff now sweeping, only as far as the Wanderers player just on their side of the wing.
Soph Malboy, you'd want her to get into the game a bit more, Will?
Absolutely, we called her name a little bit, but could always get a bit more. Nikita Carney now picks it up.
That's a nice centre.
Great kick from Destage.
So what they've done is they've moved Lauren Motlop forward. Try and use her as a target to isolate her one-on-one and see if she can take a grab.
And as we said before, she's got the footy pedigree, the footy smart, so could be a good option there. As we said, they just need to get into the game. 1 goal to this stage against 9. They're trailing by 50 points. They need to do something. Motlop there. Hands the ball out.
Oh, that's...
Fetched, kicks it forward. Not really to a target, unfortunately, and it rolls over the boundary line in the forward pocket for the Wanderers.
Certainly looking a bit more positive. Fetch's idea was there just didn't get penetration on that kick. But, you know, they've certainly got the numbers here. They're matching up a bit more. Just a matter of keeping that intensity up.
Umpire throws it in. Tigers now clear out of defence. Only as far as Hardwick. She runs around her player, kicks it forward. That's a good mark from Carney. Not sure if she's quite close enough. I don't know if she thinks she is either. And she kicks it to Motlop. There was a player in front. Nightcliff have the chance to rebound now. Definitely had a stern talking to Wanderers. They've picked up their game, and here they go again. Kick rolls over. Bit of a stalemate there in the Wanderers forward line. They've urged it forward, but they just need a bit more further forward in between the big sticks for some points on the board. Umpire calls dangerous kick. I think it's Totham who will kick it.
Yep.
Sees the lead from Motlop, overcooks it. Billius, I think, will be first to it if she can get there, but it rolls over the boundary line first.
I think I mentioned the fullback for Nightcliff, Helen, keep calling her mother's name. She'll hate me for that. Hannah Turnbull. Look, she's so reliable back there. She's just had she's been playing in the Big Rivers competition, played for the Arnhem Crows, and has won a couple of premierships with them. I think it's really added to her game. So she's improved in a whole range of areas.
Absolutely, and she's been a bull down there. Nothing's really got past her today, as we've touched on. They've only kicked 1 goal, so she's been leading from the back there for sure. Nightcliff now with the free kick out of their defensive 50. Holding the player, kicks forward. Ward couldn't take it. Looks like Jeffrey is taking a much more one-on-one approach to her. Ward now...
That's a nice hand pass by Wardy.
Great handball. Only gets it as far as Halkitis. She's tackled. Totham now. Picks it up. Runs past the player. Kicks it forward. Wanderers with the numbers now. Come out with aggression. It's what you want to see from them. Billius tackled as she took possession. Umpire calls play on. And we'll have a ball up just inside the forward 50 for the Wanderers. Umpire throws it in. And we'll have another ball up. Rhiannon Bush there taking it over the boundary line. And Nightcliff look to have gotten the clearance, thrown on the boot by Hunter. Kept alive by Lloyd. And she'll get a free kick for hands in the back. She kicks it to the lead. Couldn't find the player though. Nightcliff again. Not letting anything through. They've been strong in defence. Gets out to Casey. She plays on. Hands it back. Now to Heifer, just outside the back 50. Looks forward. She's got a few leads. But couldn't hit one of them. Nightcliff with another go out of the back line. And Chow from Wanderers will pick it up. She's tackled. Very flustered start from both sides to this second half. Not many clean possessions in the past couple of minutes. One there from Nightcliff. Wanderers kick it out to the wing.
No, Will, you make that observation about it's become quite scrappy, and the reason is the Wanderers have actually picked up their intensity. There's a bit more pressure around the ball. They're trying to get the numbers there. That's what we want to see. We want to see them make a contest.
Absolutely. We spoke in the first half about how it was a lot of yellow and black around the ball. That's certainly changed at the start of this second half. Wanderers, as we see there, it's 3 players on the Nightcliff one as she takes it over the boundary line. And they've certainly rocked up to play this second half. They don't want to let this game slip by.
So Michaela Ward's come up onto the ball by the looks of things. She's certainly up the field a lot. I didn't notice that at the start. So obviously wanting to have a bit more of a run.
No, I'm not sure if that's player orchestrated either. She might have seen that Wanderers have jumped on their bike and she's thought I should get in the middle and help my team out, make sure they don't get too much of a run. Or if it's as you said, she's wanted a bit more of a run in the middle. Umpires plucked a free there. And Nightcliff.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that one, but I won't say too much about that being umpires round, hey Emma?
No, better not.
Oh, it's going to be a high. Yeah, it's... Oh.
Nikki Heffer now on the wing. True wing position. Kicks it forward.
There she is.
There she is. Mickey Ward kicks it forward. Doesn't hit a target though. Umpires called another free kick, this time in Wanderers' favour.
Yeah, it's going to Khan. I think she had a jumper held. That's a 50-metre penalty. I'm not sure.
Do you know what that free kick there was for, Emma?
Yeah, so I think that one was just the stand rule being in place. That player just needs to, Sam Clark, to ensure that she stands still and not moving horizontally.
She's found Motlop about 50 out from goal. Runs onto her left. Doesn't find a target. Billy has tried to collect it, but it's rolled over the boundary line. And Emma, it's 3 weeks now that we've had that stand rule so far enforced. How have you found it implementing across the various grades?
Yeah, so as an umpire, the girls and guys have been really great with being introduced to that rule. First 1 or 2 weeks we've been a bit lenient, but now we're into round 3 and they should know what's meant to happen.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was down with the under-14s this morning and they were absolutely enforcing that rule. So, and I think if a new rule comes in, you enforce it, and I think you just got to adjust.
In the games I've seen played in myself, it's it does sort of seem that as the game wears on and players fatigue a bit more, they do forget about it. But generally it's been pretty well implemented and adapted to from umpires and players alike.
So what we're seeing here is certainly for the first 9 minutes is a different Wanderers team. They're not converting on the scoreboard, but they're here, and they're certainly putting a lot of more pressure on the Nightcliff players and getting those numbers to the ball. So, credit to them. Let's just see if they can sustain this and then put something on the board to put a bit of scoreboard pressure on Nightcliff.
Yes, as you say, it's all good and well to bring, that effort and that aggression to your game, but it doesn't mean anything if you can't convert, does it?
No, not a lot. Look, here they've got numbers at the ball, but in that case they've infringed a Nightcliff player.
Dave Totham would be pleased with how they've come out, but
yeah, absolutely.
Now he'd really be wanting to see, right, girls, let's get some reward for your efforts. Nightcliff now trying to get it out of 50, out of their defensive 50. Couldn't pay off. Now comes through to Khan, but she's tackled. Yeah. That was a great run-down tackle. Nightcliff given the advantage. They play on. Ward on the outer side, kicks it. They've got loose players here. Probably about 2 kicks from home. But Wiseman may be able to run here. She keeps going. Kicks it forward to Kiri Hill-Carter, but Lala Jeffrey cuts it off.
Not a good kick.
Not a good kick. Nightcliff will have another opportunity. Yeah. Ooh, Ward flying across, but couldn't take the mark. Picks it up again at ground level, but she's wrapped up in tackle. Umpire will call my ball.
Yeah, nicely cut off there by Hannah Turnbull, and then beautiful delivery into Wardy. Unfortunately, she didn't take the mark, but she's caught a stoppage here, so that's a bonus for Nightcliff anyway.
Nikita Carney there out of the ruck. Taps it forward, but Nightcliff again working it into their forward line.
Oh, nice work by Wiseman.
Sharing the ball around. Kept it alive. Just hit the post. Unfortunately for Kiri Hill-Carter. Got the kind bounce there and had a bit of time, but couldn't quite work it out. Jeffrey plays on from fullback. Good long booming kick.
Yep. Riri Bush asked for the free, said she was taken out of the contest, and that's the way it's gone.
Player on the mark there, clapping her hands. She knows that she can't jump up and down or move around. Good strong mark. Interesting adaptation to players there to see, how else they try to, influence the play when they're standing on the mark but can't move anymore.
Yeah, just in that contest, Michaela Ward was double teamed then, and she still managed to take the contested mark in between both Wanderers players. So you can't ask much more than that. That's probably not what she wanted to do with the ball, but we can't be too hard on Wardy. She's having a ripper game today.
She's just whacked her leg in frustration there. I think she knew as soon as she kicked it, it wasn't what she wanted to do. She might make amends here, though. Ball comes to her. She's tackled, wrapped up.
Yeah, holding the ball.
Unfortunately not. Wanderers will have an opportunity to come out of the back line and try and make something of this third quarter. They've held Nightcliff scoreless. Jeffrey now with a 50-metre penalty. And Emma, do you know what that one was for?
Yeah, great 50 given by Siobhan. So Tigers players just delayed giving it back to Lala there. So they've taken 50.
I think they really need. They've got some players in space in the open here. They need to get it out to them. See if they can get it into the forward line before the Nightcliff get numbers back. And they held it up way too long.
Chow now with the ball just inside the centre square. It's a quick 1-2, and she's away. Ooh, high tackle. She'll get the free kick.
Chow's doing plenty of work, isn't she? She's come from Canberra, played for the Australian National University, and you can see she's got some talent. And she just keeps going. You know, she's getting a lot of the ball. Unfortunately, she's just not a lot of help out there at times.
No, she's hasn't always been using it well, but she gets it forward, which in a game like this where it is a bit scrappy, sometimes that's all you need. Motlop now kicks it forward, finds a player. Forward line is open. Great smother there. Is that Turnbull again?
No, that one was Matisse Hunter.
Yep. And that takes us over to three-quarter time.
So that's three-quarter time here at TIO, and we've got Wanderers 117 trailing Nightcliff 9-4-58. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 21-22 TIO NTFL CFS Gear Umpires Round from TIO in Darwin. We'll be back for the final quarter soon.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club has been renovated. Come check out our brand new cafe, open 7 days a week. And with the new Kids Club, we are the perfect spot for a worry-free catch-up with friends. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gathering or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
This weekend is our CFS Gear Umpires Round.
To say thanks to our existing umpires.
And to find our next umpiring superstars.
Show us your best holding the ball.
Your best push in the back.
And even your best holding the player.
If you think you are the next best NTFL umpire,
Come to our open training each Tuesday and Thursday night.
From 5:30 p.m. at TIO Stadium.
For more information and to sign up, visit umpire.afl.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Welcome back to TIO. We're about to commence the last quarter between Nightcliff and Wanderers in the third round of the Women's Premier League. Will and Emma, one sole point scored in that third quarter, and that went to Tigers. Certainly Wanderers were able to tighten up on their defence. Their work rate was better. I think some of the moves that Dave made certainly worked. I think Lauren Motlop gave them a target down forward, and it shows they certainly can be in the game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Umpire balls up to start the fourth quarter. Wanderers again. Bilious out of the middle. She's been thrown all over the field today. Starting the back line, then up forward now in the middle. But her kick forward didn't quite find the target. Nightcliff edge it forward.
Ooh.
Malboy got to it first.
Got a bit high there on Malboy.
Play on, and now he's given a holding the player. But unfortunately, it looks like Georgia Johnson's down. Hopefully it's just a hit and nothing too bad. She's going back for it. She'll take the kick.
Georgia, one of our academy players. She's a hard nut player. Nothing much will keep her down.
Michaela Ward had a strong lead from the goal square there. Great reward with the mark for her effort. She'll line up for, I think it'll be her fourth goal of the day.
That's what you want to see, a leading forward, leading hard at the ball, and then being able to take that mark. And that's what Wardy does time and time again. And, she can kick these from 35, 40 out. So one's just dropped a little bit short. But, she's having a good game today, Michaela Ward.
Might have jinxed her there, calling up for her fourth goal, but 3 goals won, not a bad haul. Letitia Jeffrey will kick out from fullback. She plays on. Just for a bit of a run before throwing it on the boot. Our boy couldn't take possession.
Yeah, she's been rewarded there. She put her body over the ball and she kept it going forward, and she's having an impact, that's for sure.
Fetched, couldn't quite mark it, but she gathers the ball, and unfortunately he's pinged. Good strong tackle there from Politis.
Yeah, I think she's injured herself in that tackle there, Will. She's
not looking good at all.
Not looking good at all.
Play continues. Nightcliff enter their forward 50. Juggling mark there from Sam Clark. She now kicks to the lead, and that's another good mark to Amy Pittman. She's kicked a couple today. Umpire calls her over to stand on her line. She's going to back herself.
From Newcastle was Amy.
It's a good kick, and it's got through. That's a goal.
Yeah, that's a ripper goal. Amy's they recruited her last year from Newcastle, and she's become an important part of the Tigers Premier League side, and that's a beautiful goal to finish off there.
Evidently, she bobs up for 3 goals, and she's the third player to do so in yellow and black today. Obviously, Michaela Ward with 3, and Danielle Wiseman the other with 3 snags to her name.
And that's what a coach wants to see. You want to be able to share that scoring around. You don't have to be focused on Michaela or focused on any forward. You want even your midfielders, so they sneak in and kick goals. It's always pleasing and helpful as a coach.
It'll be a good strong weapon for them as they edge through season 2021-22. Nightcliff given the free kick.
Bit soft, I think, but
good tackle. Ball rolls over the boundary line. It was a tackle there from DeVerna, who's another one who's come into the game the more it's gone on.
So Tashara has been playing a number of years. Always a really steady player. He's a nice little footballer.
Play will reset here. Just the Wanderers side of the wing, on the grandstand side. And Georgia Johnson hands it off. couldn't find a target. Wanderers move forward. Will they be able to edge forward and add to their scoreboard tally? Don't think so here. Nightcliff mopping up. They've got numbers back. They've got a Paddock on the far side. Michaela Ward, another strong lead from her, but ball's overcooked. And DeStage, who's been good in stages today, kicks it forward, but that wasn't a great kick. Good mark from the Nightcliff defender. She kicks to the centre of the ground. Wanderers to mop up. No, Nightcliff will get another go. There's a grubber forward. They've got a play loose. Couldn't get to her. It's a good smother. And they might get their opportunity here. Gee. It's about 2 on 5 there. Not a great kick, though. Made her work for it. That's for sure. What's the umpire call? Ball up in the forward pocket. Wasted opportunity for Nightcliff there. They had, I think it was a 5-on-2 or a 4-on-2, and it just wasn't a good kick forward.
Kira Dick was on her own down there, and she won the ball out, so good luck to her. And yeah, they just didn't get the numbers back.
And even though Nightcliff haven't scored from it, David Totham wouldn't be happy with that. They had a great quarter last quarter, and then just to give Nightcliff even an opportunity like that, it's not what you want to see at all as a coach. Totham now on the field. Throws it on her boot. Another clearance for her. But only as far as a Nightcliff player. A grubber off the boot. Top of the 50. Nightcliff looking to add to their score. Player comes out of the pack with ball in hand under her arm. Kicks it to the top of the goal square.
Oh God. That was a bit risky. Will, I think...
Olympia Mullaney testing fate there. Just let it roll through. Could have grabbed it herself, but it's luckily it's just bounced through from behind. Jeffrey kicks out from fullback as she has all day. But Nightcliff get on the end of it.
I'd like to see Lala being brought up the ground a little bit. See if they can try and put some scores on a score on the board rather than trying to defend. I think if you're looking towards next week and beyond, you probably want to trial some of those big names in the forward half of your ground.
Couldn't agree more with you there. I think she's I don't know if she started the game down back, but I didn't see her in the middle a lot early. You don't want to have to put her at fullback until it's sort of dire straits. And she's been playing there all day. She could do a lot more damage further up the field and even as a target up forward. Here comes Armstrong for Wanderers on the wing. Throws onto the boot forward.
No, it's a nice mark.
Kicks it to the wing and it'll roll out of bounds.
Camilla Totham, she's having a really good, steady game. Doing everything asked of her. She keeps on running.
Certainly a Wanderers player who can keep her head high despite the scoreline. Mauboy with the hands, doesn't find her man. Ball edges forward. Chow again. Can't find the target up forward. They've struggled with that all day. And now Hunter should run onto the ball on the far wing. She does. Gee, that was a very smooth pickup.
Beautiful.
Oh, couldn't hold it, unfortunately. And hacks it into the Wanderers player's arms. Now with Nikita Carney. Not making it easy for themselves. Chow now runs around, tackled, gets her hands off. Umpire lets it play.
That's got to be high. Yeah.
I think it is. We'll have a free kick in the middle of the ground to Wanderers. Trying to salvage something from this game. Scrimmage at the top of the 50. Umpire pulls a free kick in favour of Wanderers. They play on. I think they should have gone back there. It's a scrub forward. But they've got loose players here. Finally, they might get something. They do. It's a goal to Rhiannon fetched. She's been very good today.
Look, they deserved a goal. They really did. I think the last 2 quarters, Wanderers have really stepped up. You know, they haven't put the pressure on the scoreboard, but they definitely deserve that score. And, you know, see how they rebound now. Can they keep that going? Can they try and, you know, bring some respectability to the score? Trial a few more things. It's early days in the season, so, you know, you can't take too much away from these early wins, but you'd want them to keep fighting it for the whole game. They've got about 5 minutes, and they can do some damage in that time.
Umpires pulled a free kick. Do you know what that one was for, Emma?
Yeah, so that's Wanderers' second warning now for the 5-6-5 rule. So this may be Nightcliff's free kick. Yep. There'll be the free kick in the centre for the ruckman.
So which one was the, who was out of position there, Emma?
Did you see? One of Wanderers' backmen.
Yep.
Not exactly sure who it was, but just running into that 50 late. They've already been given their first warning.
Nightcliff now with the ball in their forward 50, courtesy of that free kick, but Wanderers have possession. Running onto it now is DeStage. Kicks it out to Halkitis, throws it on her boot. Unfortunately in the middle of a couple of Nightcliff players, and they'll have another opportunity here for Taylor kick it. And Wanderers will get a free kick through Halkitis for a push in the back.
Just a push in the back there. There wasn't much in it, but there was enough.
Jeffrey called for it on the outer side and she'll get it. Unfortunately not cleanly. That's the sort of damage that she could have done if she'd been playing further up the ground, I think, for a bit longer in this game. Obviously a good runner. Wanderers now trying to work it forward. But Nightcliff making it a tough task for them. They're not laying down. They want
Totham.
Oh. We've got a bit of a scrap here on the forward flank.
She gave it something to go along with there. I don't know what happened there, but certainly Jamila reaction was pretty. She was unhappy about something.
The heat of the moment like that, Emma, is it a bit of a tense situation on the footy field?
What's that, sorry, Will?
When you're dealing with sort of little scraps like that on the footy field, is it a bit of a tense situation, tough to take right handle?
Sometimes you just got to make sure you shut those down quick because you don't want that to keep going on in the game later on.
Totham kicks it forward. Wanderers still trying to get some reward, but Nightcliff edging it out of their back line. Good pick up from Ward there. Hands it into the middle. Mowboy now for Wanderers. Umpire has called a free kick. Hands in the back in favour of Nightcliff. Ball comes down the wing, close to the boundary line. Ward again. She's good in the air, she's good at ground level. It's a scrap. Fetched comes from the pack with the ball, hands it forward to Armstrong. She runs, takes a bounce, kicks to an open player in the forward line. That's Khan. She kicks forward as well, can't find a target. And now Chow, will she have a shot? No, she doesn't get to it first. We've got a scrimmage and it's a ball up in the Wanderers forward 50.
You can see the fatigue certainly plays a part here. More players going to ground. I guess the heat in the middle of the day, that fatigue sets in a lot earlier as well. Look, if you take the 2 quarters out of it, it's been a fairly even contest.
Yeah, even the first quarter I think it was only a couple of goals in it, 20-7. I've got written here the quarter time scores. But yeah, quite an even contest. Just that second quarter, it blew out. And Emma, you've been umpiring for 3 years. What are some of the benefits that you've seen over the time that you've been doing the job?
So going into my 3rd season now, it's just a great way to get involved in the game, another perspective to see footy on the ground. We're one big family, so we're happy to welcome you. The junior trainings are 4 to 5 on Tuesdays, and senior trainings are 5:30 to 7 Tuesday, Thursday.
And obviously we've got Emma joining us here from the umpiring ranks of the NTFL for CFS Gear Umpires Round. They play an irreplaceable role at all levels of footy. You can't play footy without umpires, that's for sure. They don't always give decisions that you like, but they generally get it better than anyone else. So we're very happy to have you here today, Emma.
Thanks, Will.
Emma, do you know how in any game, do you ever look at how far you run? When you're, particularly as a field umpire, what sort of Ks do you get up on any game?
Yeah, so particularly me mainly umpiring Division 1 men's in the field, I usually clock up 9 to 10 kilometres per game.
Wow, that's not bad. So what about the umpires at the highest level? I know we've got an umpire here at the moment.
Yeah, so Lee Hosson, I think it is. AFL field umpires, they usually run about 14 to 15 Ks per game.
Yep. Okay, so that's pretty decent. And you know, at the same time, they're having to be focused on the game, concentrating. It's a big ask. It's a profession, and a professional profession at that level too. And I know that they really protect the umpires from injuries off season, and because they're a good experienced umpires, many years in that, isn't there, Emma, to get to that level? Yeah,
there are many factors involved with being a field umpire, not just field, but all other umpires, goal and boundary. You got to think about the work rate, the running, the skills, and the knowledge behind it too.
Yeah, so it's a significant commitment. Do you think it adds to your game as a player, the fact that you umpire? Do you think it helps you?
Oh, definitely. It just makes me see another side of the game, and I can use that towards my benefit and my team's benefit when I'm playing.
Yeah. No, and we're encouraging anyone that wants to give umpiring a go to certainly join the umpiring ranks. So that's it here at TIO. We've had a dominant win here by the Nightcliff Football Club, 10-8-68 to the Wanderers, 2-1-13. I think we mentioned, Will, it was a pretty close game. It was really that second quarter that did the damage, and I think the Nightcliff probably put the cue in the rack a bit. Knew the game was won, and it's a long season, and I think that certainly Nightcliff will be a force this year.
Absolutely. I think Wanderers also showed a bit of promise. They did let that second quarter get away from them. Unfortunately, it was 6 goals, 1 to nothing, which that's really where the game was won and lost. But that third quarter, it was, I think, 1 point to 0 in that first quarter. So that was the third quarter. The first quarter was 7-20. So they definitely, came today, but just that second quarter had a bit of a lapse.
Yeah, thanks. So thanks, Emma. Thanks, Will, for a great call today. And you've been watching AFL NT's coverage of the 21-22 TIO NTFL GFS Gear Umpires Round from TIO Stadium. Thank you.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.